I'm going to talk about habits and details for defensemen and forwards. Now, these are little details, and it may seem, insignificant at the time, but there are so many things that have to be processed and so many things that go through, I think, a defenseman's head and mind as he goes back for a puck. It's one of the toughest jobs in the game, and if you can't do it, it's going to keep you out of the NHL or keep you out of that next level you want to get to. And we really emphasize it, and Josh Morrissey, as Brad Shaw said, he's got a man crush on Werenski. Well, I got a man crush on Josh Morrissey. Josh Morrissey, coming into the season, I had the opportunity to run training camp, and I knew Josh from his junior days playing against Kelowna and Prince Albert. So I knew what he was about, and Paul Maurice he wasn't sure about where he was as a player. And I said, hey, Paul, he's unbelievable. He's going back for pucks hard. He's getting pucks. He's surveying the situation. He's skating with pucks. He's playing with confidence. And Paul's at the World Cup. He goes, okay, we'll see how long this lasts. Well, you're going to see clips here. And for a 21-year-old player to go back under pressure in the way the game is played today and the speed that the forechecker's coming on you, the sticks, everyone's got such great sticks. Everyone's coming after you. And we really encourage our players to make first passes. We just don't want to pass our problems off to someone else or slough our problems off to someone else. We want to make sure we're making direct plays. We're coming out of the zone. We're coming out with speed. We're coming out together. Yeah, there's a time and place to rim pucks, but we want to make sure that we're clean and we're coming out together. So just to start with here, I'm just going to talk about defensemen going back for pucks. And some of the things that we have to look at and the things that they survey. First off, the puck's got to be dumped in. So we have to have a good gap. We have to have good, strong backside pressure. Secondly, you got to recognize who you're on the ice against. And maybe in youth hockey, you know who the one or two best players are. So maybe you have your one or two best defensemen out against him all the time. So you got to know what kind of player he is. Is he going to come in, strip the puck? You got to know when there's a bruiser out there that's going to just go out for a pound of flesh. He's coming in hard. He's going to get a pound of flesh. He's going to make sure you hurt. He's going to make sure his presence felt. Next thing is, you survey. So before the puck's even dumped, you're looking at the options. Are they making a line change? Are they coming on you? How quick are they coming? Where are my options? Then you turn and you go back hard. Biggest mistake for defensemen, young defensemen, is they don't go back hard for the puck. They don't give themselves a chance to go back for the puck. They go back and they kind of saunter back. Sometimes to invite pressure, that's one thing, but you want to get back quick enough so that you have your opportunity, get your toe caps up ice, get around the puck and start to skate. When you go back, after the puck's dumped, you look, you go back hard, you shoulder check again. Make sure you reconfirm what you just saw. You reconfirm where that forecheck pressure is. You reconfirm where everything's happening for you. What our options are. Who do I have as options? How fast is the pressure coming? And I'm listening. I'm listening to my partner. I'm listening to my low forward. I'm listening to my goaltender. Or I'm talking to my goaltender. I'm not going in stealth anymore. Okay? Then once you get the puck, you got to figure out where the puck is. He showed, yesterday Brad Shaw showed about Zach Werenski going back for the puck and picking a spinning puck up and coming off his stick. And then he tried to kick it, and that didn't work for him. So how is the puck? Where is the puck located? Do I have to dig it out from the boards? Is it off the boards? Is it around the boards? Is it spinning? Do I have to kill the spin? Do I have to just touch it so the spin dies on it so it's not going to roll off my stick? Next thing is, when I get the puck, now I get it on my forehand. I get my toe caps up ice. I talk about toe caps, and we talk about toe caps all the time because as soon as you get your toe caps up ice, your eyes are up. Now you survey. But the biggest thing is for young defensemen, they don't move their feet. Every time you take a stride, no matter what, with the puck, we call it the pitcher changes. So I move, the pitcher changes. This option's now closed, that option's open. I take another stride. That option's open, that option's open, that option's closed. Or I can continue to skate. You want to get inside the dots. You want to make sure that you are taking the ice that's valuable. Everybody wants to close off the middle of the ice. You want to gain that middle of the ice. You want to gain that middle of the ice right away. And then making your next play, making your play selection off that. Once you make that play selection, then you jump, you join, you get up the ice. You saw Werenski and Jones up the ice. We got Big Buff, he's up the ice. We got Myers, he's up the ice. We got Trouba, he's up the ice. We talk about it. If you don't join, you don't play. We need you up the ice. We need you part of it. We need you part of that offense. Everyone's such a great defender now. Everyone's worried about playing 2-1 games. Well, how do you create it? By getting everybody involved. You get everybody up the ice, make them make decisions defensively. So here's some clips here. Jake Trouba, shoulder check, picks up the puck. He surveys it, picks up the puck, gets it on his backhand. Right away, cuts the net. You know, it may seem like a simple thing, cutting the net. We can't do it at the NHL level. We got guys that want to take the big trucker turns, the 18-wheel turns. They end up painting themselves in the corner and they kiss it off the glass. It's just a little detail, but right now, Jake Trouba just got position and he got separation on that guy. Now he's gaining the middle of the ice. We left 3-4 checkers behind and we're on the attack. This is more of a bait. He's got the puck. He's baiting Sheary. He's baiting Sheary into chasing him. And Bradshaw talked about this and using your feet. Jake Trouba uses his feet. Watch Sheary. Where does he end up? He ends up back in the corner. And where does Jake end up? He ends up inside the dots, taking the ice that he wants to take. That's his opportunity to join, to jump. Puck's dumped in again. Great job here by Enstrom. Great job here. Skating pick. You can't hold up. You can't water ski behind a guy anymore. Back in the day, you're always allowed to, make sure you're holding up for your partner so you got extra time. Well, you can't. So you got to work your feet. So Toby Enstrom does a great job. Troubs has got to get over. Now this is a skill here. And you're going to see this in the next 4 or 5 clips here. Jake shoulder checks, puck's rolling on the boards. He picks the puck up, 2-2's on him. He knows 2-2 wants that pound of flesh. But Jake keeps the puck on his forehand. He's able to make the next play. A lot of young kids, what are they going to do? Dust the puck off. They're going to take one stick handle. As soon as you take that one stick handle, that opportunity for you to pass the puck or move the puck has dissipated. It's gone. It's gone. Now the puck's on his forehand, and away we go. We're up the ice. We're in the middle of the ice. Puck's dumped in again. Buff goes back, takes a look, shoulder checks. Now he's got to talk to the goaltender. Get out of the way. He's usually yelling at the goaltender. Okay? Get out of the way. Now he surveys. He draws Jeff Carter into him. Draws Jeff Carter in. Our centerman's in a great spot right here. Our centerman's in a great spot. Little pop pass in the middle of the ice. We leave 3-4 checkers behind. Yeah, there's got to be confidence. There's got to be trust. Trust is a big word. Your centerman's got to be in that pocket. He's got to understand that it takes 3 to break the puck out. 3 to break the puck out. That centerman's got to be there for you, or that low forward's got to be there for you. Another look at it here. Toby Enstrom, he's under pressure. Keeps the puck on his forehand. Keeps his feet moving. Pitcher's changing. Brian Little, great spot. Inside the dots. Inside the middle of the ice. Little play. 3 guys left behind. By just moving your feet, keeping the puck on your forehand. Here we go again, off the faceoff. Toby again, around the net. Keeps his feet moving. First option. He sees the first option, makes the first option. First option plays. There's nothing wrong with that. Now Nick Ehlers, who can fly, is up the ice, and we're out of the zone on a D-zone face-off win in 3 seconds. Puck's dumped in again. Josh Morrissey. Here's my man crush. He's going back. Little deception. He does a shoulder check, sees where the pressure's coming. Well, in most cases, this is important because his partner's going back to give him an outlet. Partner, go back hard. Go back hard for the puck. If you don't go back hard, you're not giving yourself a chance. You're not giving your partner a chance because it's going to draw someone to you. Everybody forechecks, they talk about reading the weak side D. Where's that weak side D? If that weak side D's in the corner, what's that telling your guy? Chances are it might be a D-to-D pass. Otherwise, you're going to bait him into that. And Josh does a great job. You're taking you want to take that inside-out approach as a forechecker, so he's taking an inside-out approach. The wall's taken away. So what does Josh do? The puck's right on the boards. Josh gets the puck. Little deception. Look where Buff is. Buff's right where he needs to be as an outlet. He's right back there. His toe caps are up ice, and he's ready to go. Great job by our centerman. Middle of the ice, and we're out of the zone. Just puts the puck on his forehand, gets around the puck, and here we go. Tyler Myers goes back hard for this puck. Puck's dumped in. Toby gets a little pick. Here comes Domi hard. Now Tyler Myers is reading the situation, gets the puck. It's a good bounce off the boards. He can't bring it to his forehand, but he's surveying. He's got no option here. He's got no option on the board. He's not going to pass his problems off to someone else and give it away. He's got pressure here. Our centerman's going to be right in the middle of the ice. He's going to get to the dot, little pop pass inside. That's why young players, it's so important their sticks on the ice. If Ty Domi has his stick on the ice, stick on puck, Tyler Myers can't make that play. Tyler Myers reads that his stick's in the air. He makes that little play inside, and away we go. Okay, last one here. Melchiori. Again, Buff goes back. He's ready for it. Melchiori, he knows Kyle Turris, skilled player, wants to strip that puck. Watch Turris. Watch what Mal does. Just a little deception going back for that puck. Little shoulder check, Little stick. He looks like he's going to buff. What does Kyle Turris do? He bites, hook, line, and sinker. Lets the puck roll, picks it up, keeps the puck on his forehand. Keeps the puck on his forehand, moves his feet, makes the play inside. We leave 2 forecheckers behind. We're out of the zone. So that's with moderate pressure. That's with a little bit of pressure. You're going back for the puck. Your approach, you got your approach. You're not under heavy pressure, okay? Now we talk about controlling the puck area. So when you're going back for the puck, you got to go back hard for the puck. But you got to read how fast that guy's coming. Am I going to get hit? What are my options? Maybe I just have to eat this puck. I'm not going to pass my problems off to someone else. I'm just going to eat this puck and wait for my second man. Wait for my second man, whether it's a defenseman or a forward. I'm going to control this puck area because I don't want to throw the puck away because we're not in position to make this play. So here we go with little dump in, little chip, coming hard with pressure. Mal's reading the situation. They want to go inside out. He wants to go inside out. Mal's got to control this puck area. So what does he do? We got our partner coming back, and you can't see him, but you're going to see him right there. Look where Jake Trube is. That's huge. That's huge for Melchiori because he can go to him, use him, or he can use his deception like he's going to go to him. Little shoulder fake, little stick fake. Here it is here. He banks the puck off the boards to himself, absorbs the hit, makes the play inside. Under pressure. That's a skill. That's what keeps you in the NHL. That's what gets you in the NHL. And that'll keep you there. Because those little plays, those little subtle 5-foot plays, those controlling the puck areas, that's going to keep you in the NHL. And that's going to get you there and keep you there. Here it is here. We got it forward playing defense. Okay, Scheifele stands him up. Benny Sherratt's going to go back for this puck. He recognized who he's on the ice against. This is Teravainen. He's not going to try and run him through the end boards, okay? He's going to try and strip the puck from Benny. His job is, I'm going to go back and try and strip this puck, or I'm going to try and get position on him. So what does Benny do? He goes back, makes himself big, slows himself down. His line of protection right now, his line of protection here, there's no way Teravainen can get this puck. There's no way. He's got a good line of protection, so what does he do? He goes in, makes himself big, protects the puck. Teravainen does a drive-by. Right away, first option play inside. Inside to our center, we're out of the zone. Another look at it here. This one's great. The next 4 clips are about Josh Morrissey, and this is an unbelievable skill. And this doesn't happen overnight. This comes from being confident, having good edges, and having some deception. This is a tough play. This puck's around the boards. It's going to be rimmed. So there's a replay of it too. But Josh is going back. He's letting the puck go. But if you watch on the replay, you'll see that his skates make a subtle move. Looks like he's going to meet the puck. So he's going to turn back up the strong side. Just with the subtle little skate move, Ståhlberg bites. Allows Josh to get around the puck, keep the puck on his forehand, make that first option play. Here it is here, another replay of it. You can see, just watch his skates here, subtle. Just a subtle move like he's going to meet the puck, and then he rolls. And then he rolls, now he's got body position. There's no way Ståhlberg's going to get his stick on the puck. He's got his back, he's got the line of protection of the puck, and now he's able to make this next play. Now these are the ones that are real tough. These are the ones that are real tough for defensemen, and some defensemen, they just can't do it because they're not able to do it, and they're not able to go back and absorb this. This is a huge play, and this is a huge skill to do this. Josh Ho-Sang, trying to make his name in the NHL. He's not going to run you through the end boards, but he's going to compete. Great gap here by Josh. Great gap. Puck goes back. He turns with them. He knows he's coming with speed. What does Josh do? Right now, he's slowing down. He's slowing right down. He's absorbing all his momentum. He's absorbing all Ho-Sang's momentum. So now he can't make an impactful hit. He cannot make an impactful hit. Josh knows that puck's right here. He knows that puck is right here. He sees it all the way. I'm going to absorb his momentum. I'm not going to take an impactful hit. I'm going to control the puck area. And this is just an amazing clip because he controls the puck area. Now he makes himself big with his feet. Now he protects the puck with his skates. Now he protects the puck with his stick. He gets his stick involved. He keeps moving. He keeps moving. He keeps moving. And he makes an inside play. That's a heck of a play. I know it's not going to happen overnight. But going back, that's half the battle. Engaging in that battle is half the battle right there. Controlling that puck area. Even if he didn't, he just controlled that puck area and waited for our second man to come in and help him out. That's a heck of a play. But then to make that play, the second play, and now we're out of the zone. Puck's dumped in. Great gap by Jake Trouba here. Now, this is a hard play. He knows. He went back, he looked. Sharp's on his own. So what am I going to do? I'm going to just tie Sharp up. I'm going to tie his stick up. I'm going to tie his body up, and I'm going to wait for our second guy to come in. I'm going to listen. I'm going to make sure that he hears me. If I'm Adam Lowry, I'm yelling. Time up, time up. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. I'm second quick, second quick. What does he do? Ties up his stick, ties up his skate, gets body position. Second man quick. We get first touch. We're out of the zone. Same thing here. Puck gets dumped in. Good gap by Trouba. Same side chip. Sean Thornton. Toby Enstrom. I don't like my chances here if I'm Toby Enstrom, but Toby does a great job. He goes back, slows himself down. Slows himself right down. He knows he's got to absorb something. He's got to absorb this hit. He's going to absorb the hit. At the same time, he's going to control the puck area. Jake Trouba is going to get the puck, keep it on his forehand, make a first option play, and we're out of the zone. Last clip here. Posty, great job. He's got a great gap here. Now Benny's going back for this puck. He's got to make himself big. He knows he's going to get hit. He's got to make himself big. He controls that puck area, though. He absorbs the hit. He controls the puck area. Now our second quick. So Posty goes back to the front of the net. We like having our defense at the front of the net. We don't like two defense in the corner. So now Brian Little comes in. He surveys. Brian Little waits. Benny Sherratt kicks the puck to the corner because Litz is probably talking to him. He's yelling corner, corner, corner. Now Litz picks up this puck, and who does he find? Paul Postma joining the rush in the middle of the ice. Now we'll move on. Another thing that's real important is getting pucks through to the net, getting it past that first layer, creating chaos. So the D, one-timers, strong side one-timers. This is huge because the way everyone defends now, everyone's collapsed in front of the net. So if you're collapsed in front of the net, how are you going to get it past that first layer? Strong side one-timers, whether they're indirects or directs. So the big thing is staying down on the puck, being on the balls of your blade, being ready to react. Don't be set because that puck's coming off the boards. Every boards is different. So if it's an indirect play, you've got to be able to move your feet, get around the puck, stay down on the puck. It doesn't have to be a big wind-up. It could be a nice low wind-up, just getting it past that first layer. And then it's the responsibility of the forwards to make sure they're getting to the net for second and third opportunities. So here's some looks out of here. I'll just let these play. Little indirect by Patan, back to Benny. Just a quick shot. It's past that first layer. Now it's past that first layer. It's creating all sorts of confusion and chaos at the net. Another little indirect, little bigger wind-up, but notice he stays down. He's down, loads his legs. His legs are down. He stays down on the puck. If you come up on this puck like this, that puck's going to sail right over the net. All you're trying to do is get the puck past the first layer. Everyone in the NHL and everyone, I am sure as coaches, you're saying you got to go to that point. You got to get stick on puck. You got to make yourself big. Those pucks can't get to the net. You got to play goal. In the NHL, how many shots are blocked? Everybody's sacrificing. Everyone goes down. Everyone. So to get these pucks to the net is a skill. This is a skill after practice. These are little habits after practice. How do you work on them? You continue to work on these strong side one-timers. Guys, we're looking at Benny Sherratt. He takes about 50 to 75 pucks every day after practice, whether they're direct or indirect or coming around the net and timing himself. And then another look here. Puck gets rimmed around. Watch Buff. That's an indirect play. He doesn't look like he's in any position to get this puck. He's got to get his body. He's got to move his body right away and get around this puck. Let me just go back on that one. Sorry. He's got to get his body around the puck and then just getting it past that first layer. Getting it past that first layer, and then anything happens. Little fortuitous bounce here. This is a direct pass back. Okay? Just the quick release. That puck's going to get to the net. Great job by the Calgary defenseman. Now it creates chaos. That's all you're looking to do. That chaos ends up in the back of the net. Same thing here. Direct pass now, a little different than indirect, but same idea. You got to stay down on this puck. Notice how low he is. He stays down on the puck. That puck gets past the first layer. Little redirection at the net. Now this one here, when you're going around the net. So look at Patrick Eaves. Patrick Eaves is watching his point man here. But what's the first thing? Anytime that puck goes below the goal line, he's going to end up right about here. So as you go around the net, that weak side defenseman, it's about timing yourself. So you got to time yourself coming around the net or coming off the point. You don't want to jam yourself. You don't want to skate into coverage. You want to make sure that you give yourself time and space so you're getting this puck when you need it. And look where Patrick Eaves is. He was way up here. Now he's way down here. And Toby Enstrom's going to hammer this puck. And now it's creating that second and third opportunity. Those plays, that second and third opportunity, that's what you're looking for. That's where your forwards have to get to the net. That's where your forwards have to get that first touch on that puck. We're going to go around the net here again. This is Nelson Nogier, first-year player. He times himself. He doesn't jam himself. There's his winger. He's right down low where they want him to be because everyone wants to collapse down low. So what's open? Low to high. He's never going to get in this lane. Noge doesn't jam himself. Gets a great opportunity. And there's a loose puck right there. Last one here. Litz goes around the net. They get a little confused here and a little miscommunication. They fall in front of the net. Josh Morrissey timing himself. It's timing himself. He's not right down there on the dot. He's above the dot. He knows he's going to be able to get his shot to the net. It's just about timing coming in off the point for a great opportunity. These ones are just quick shots now where you got to pull the puck off the boards. And the biggest thing is you got to move before you touch the puck. So look where Barberio starts here. He's inside the blue line. So as he gets that puck, he's getting the puck, gathering the puck, gaining momentum. It's a tough play on your backhand. But watch how quick. This is a skill that's kept him in the league because he's very good offensively. He's very good across the line, very deceptive across the line. He gets this puck, he takes 2 quick steps. His feet are already moving before he touches the puck. So if he's moving before he touches the puck, it makes him that much faster. If he's that much faster, he's getting across the line, and now this puck's going in the net because his forwards are getting to the net. Look here, Brian Straight get called up for this game. Little indirect, but he's moving before he touches the puck. Just a quick 2-step across, he gets the lane. Once he gets that lane, it's going to the net. Frenchie gets to the net for the goal. Same thing here. Benny Sherratt, he's moving before he touches the puck here. Puck's being rimmed to him, moving before he touches the puck, finds a stick, finds a lane. It's in the back of the net. Okay, I'm running out of time here. Just go through this deception at the blue. Now, these 2 clips are here. It's Matt Dumba and then Tyler Myers. They're playing their offside. So, yeah, they can keep the puck on the forehand. Yeah, they can make that little move. But then I'll show you plays where they're on their strong side, and it's the same thing. So great job here. Fakes the shot, pushes the puck. Now he just pushes the puck. He either meets the puck or collects the puck. So he's pushing the puck. Now he finds a lane, and when he finds a lane, that allows those forwards to get to the net. Those forwards to fight for the net, and ends up in the back of the net. Here, Tyler Myers. Fake. Okay, I'll take more ice. Now you've got 3 defenders that are trying to front him, and we've got 2 guys inside with their goaltender. Puck gets to the net here. But that little bit of deception. Fake the shot, take a step, take what they give you. Take what they give you. And then a great one here by Toby Enstrom. Like I talked about earlier. Everyone wants to block a shot. Tom Wilson goes down. He's down on one knee. There's no play. So what's the play here? Probably rim it back behind the net. But Toby knows that Tom Wilson, what's his next move from there? He's vulnerable. So if I stop right now and come back, I got a lane to the net. And he gets a lane to the net, puts the puck to the net. Now, it doesn't seem like anything. 10 seconds later, we end up scoring. I don't have the goal on here, but we end up creating this chaos. It gets them in scramble mode, and we end up scoring a goal. Little deception here by Dumba. Little fake like he's going to go across. Gaborik bites, hook, line, and sinker. He wants that breakaway. He wants that pick 6. Okay? Down the boards, Stewart pops to the middle, high slot, great scoring chance. Same thing here. Benny Sherratt, fake shot. Gets the forward to bite. Gets the Pittsburgh forward to bite. Takes a couple steps. Finds Armia right down the slot for a great scoring chance. Now we talk about how else can we create. Well, it's up to the forwards. Forwards got to give us an option. Forwards got to have their stick on the ice. Forwards got to show a target. So now Brett Burns, one of the best at this. He gets his shot away in a heartbeat, but his head's always up. His head's surveying. What do I see? Couture gives him a stick here. Great job. You're going to see the replay. There's no lane to the net. Calgary player does a great job getting in the lane. He's in the lane. He's ready to block that shot. But Couture shows him his stick. Great redirect. Same thing here. Little indirect. We talk about one-timers, strong side one-timers. Hamonic's got his head up. He's ready to take this shot, take something off it. Sees his forward in the slot. Great redirection. But his stick's on the ice. He's ready to make that play. He wants that puck. He's giving him a target. He's showing him the target. Same thing here. Great job by Patty Laine. Up the boards, Trouba across. Keeps the puck on his forehand. Heads up, surveying. Heads up, heads up. He finds Brian Little. Brian Little redirect off the post, and Frenchie in the back of the net. Now, I'll just move on here with the forward side. So forwards, catch and release. We talk about catch and release. We talked about our D, dusting pucks off. Just catching and releasing. Getting the puck. The biggest thing is receiving the puck. So whether it's on the rush, in the zone, it's getting it on your stick, off your stick. It's the element of surprise. How quick can I get this puck? And the deeper it is back here, if you overskate this puck, it's the harder for the goaltender to pick it up. As soon as you dust it off, the goalie, everybody knows in the building what you're going to do with this puck. But if you've got it back here, you've still got options. You can make a play from there. Your head's up, you can make a play, or it can get to the net right away. So these are catch and release off the rush here. So the first one, Patty to Litz, down the slot, on his stick, off his stick. He brings the puck back. He receives the puck in front of him. He overskates the puck here. He doesn't dust it off. He overskates the puck for a shot on net. This one's really good. We use the depth and the width of the ice. So Patty kicks it outside to Frenchie, okay? Patty kicks it outside to Frenchie. He drives through. We talk about middle lane drive. He's driving through. We're reading the dots. Use the width of the ice. Use the width of the ice. So now Frenchie makes this play over. Now the goaltender, instead of moving from here to here, he's got to move from here to here. And he might be set, but he's not set in this case because that puck comes right across, and that's in the back of the net. Catch, release, on your stick, off your stick. But the biggest thing is you can't shoot the puck until you receive the puck. The puck's got to, you got to give a target. The puck's got to be on the ice. It's got to be on your tape. You got to know where you want it. Great job here. Howds. We got a middle lane drive, picks the defender going in. Mark Stewart, our D, being active. Catch, release. On his stick, off his stick. Overskates the puck. Gets his feet around the puck. Same thing here. We kick it outside. Copper, we got Wheels and Litz going to the net. Finds Josh Morrissey, my guy. And great shot. Catch, release. Great shot. This one here, Scheif coming down, little delay. Melchiori gets around the puck. He got around the puck. Watch his feet. Gets around the puck, doesn't dust the puck off, gets around the puck, gets his feet around the puck. It's a quick shot. Big goal at a critical time for us. Here, now in zone. Toby Enstrom up the boards. Finds Frenchie down the slot. On his stick, off his stick. No dusting off. Feet on his stick, off his stick. Same thing here. Little cycle up top. Watch Frenchie's feet. Around the puck, on his stick, off his stick, with net traffic. Great stick here. Over to Blake Wheeler. On his stick, off his stick. No dusting off. That's a skill. Because every young kid, every young player wants to take this puck one more time. Wants to take this puck one more time. One more time. And now it's the confusion that it creates. How quick you get that shot off, what you get off the rebound. It's not initially you might score. It's that second and third opportunity that you create. Here it is here. Brian Little right down the slot. Overskates the puck on his stick, off his stick. Right off Bernier's glove. Litz in front of the net. So Brian Little's in front of the net, or just off to the side of the net. Right here. Now he's going to pop out to this area. Once he pops out to this area, that puck's going to be bang, bang, on his stick, off his stick. A couple more here. Troubs over to Buff. Buff's feet. Watch Buff work his feet. He works his feet, keeps the puck on his forehand. It's a laser off the bar. And then this one's great patience. So Buff makes a great pass to Troubs. Troubs doesn't dust it off. He looks like he wants to dust it off, keeps the puck out in front of him. Now this is hard for the goaltender. Am I going to shoot it? Am I going to pass it? What's going to happen? And great goal. Okay? So that's about the shooting part of it. Now we're going to talk about like creating, we call it cutbacks. It's like creating separation, creating space. And this is a big skill. Everyone hangs on to the puck now. Everyone hangs on to the puck. You want to hang on to that puck down low. You want to change the defender's shape. You want to make him lunge. You want to make him turn his feet so you can get an advantage. You want to gain inside the dots. So with a cutback, you want to make sure that you're buying time and space. You're off the boards, you're looking to cut in, and once you get that defender to bite or to lunge, move forward. Now you've got him. Now you roll on your edges and cut back. And now you can either take the puck to the net or you can make the next play. So this is what we talk about cutbacks here. This is a great job. Blake Wheeler is one of the most explosive players in the league. His first 3 strides are unbelievable, and for a guy that's 6'5", 215 pounds, you're going to see a couple of clips here where he gains separation against some real good defenders here. So here's Buff. He brings it up the boards, cycles to Wheels. Now Wheels up the boards. Rolls back down. Alec Martinez is an elite skater. Elite skater. And watch the separation he gains on him. Just by that cutback. Now, he's going to cut back again. Marty's now lunging. He's reaching, trying to cut Blake off. Once Blake's cut off, he cuts back, but he loses the puck. It's okay, he loses the puck. Look at the separation between Martinez and Wheeler right now. This separation I'm talking about here. The separation he gained, now he creates time and space. Now, whether he takes the puck to the net, whether he makes the next play, but now he's got time and space. Everyone loves time and space with the puck. They don't want to be cut off. And now he steps inside, gets that puck by him, and now it creates confusion. Second and third chances. This one here goes up the boards, back to Blake Wheeler. Now, Muzz is looking for the big hit. Jake Muzzin wants to run Blake Wheeler right through the end boards. But, whoops, cuts back. Look at the separation. Now that means someone's got to come to you. Now Jeff Carter's got to come to him. Now you got 2 guys on Blake Wheeler. You got Frenchie in the slot. Now you got Scheif going back door. So you got options. You got options. They make a good defensive play with a good stick. But you create that space. Nick Ehlers, great skater. Great on his edges. Real light on his edges here. Here he goes. DeHaan overplays him on the top side. So what does Nicky do? Cut back. Look at the separation he gains. Separation he gains right now. He's got a stick length on him. Now he gains the back of the net, and he's able to make the next play. He goes low to high with it. They go low to high. Now this puck's got to get to the net. There's that strong side one-timer. That puck's got to get to the net. Great job here. So the defenseman, Merle, wants to gain body position on Scheif. Scheif engages him. He's going into that puck area. He's staying low. He's getting low. That's a one-on-one battle. He wants that puck. He gets that puck, gains position. Now watch what happens. Now he cuts back. So now Merle was on him. Now Henrique's on him. Now watch. Now you got 2 guys on him. That means someone's going to be open. There goes the point. There goes the one-timer that we talked about. Strong side one-timer. Puck to the net. And we got 2 guys inside their 1 guy. Another look here. Rolling. Okay? The big thing is moving before you touch the puck. I talked about that with defense, moving before you touch the puck. Anytime you wait for a puck, you're dead in the water. Defenders are way too good. They got good sticks. They're closing off on you real quick. Okay? So moving before you touch the puck. Frenchie goes around the net, doesn't like what he sees. So Larson was on him. Then Nurse is on him. Now Pitlick's on him. And then he cuts back. As soon as he cuts back, now someone goes to him. Watch Larson leave the front of the net. Leaves the front of the net. Dan was alone at the net. Just by creating time and space for yourself. That's what we're talking about with the cutback. Good look at it here. Comes up the boards. Back down. Creates space. Creates space by moving before he touches the puck. So now Armia comes up the boards. Dylan's overplaying him. Look at Dylan. He's reaching with his stick. He's changing the shape of the defender. As soon as he changes the shape, he cuts back. And now he looks to make a play to Lowry at the net. The biggest thing here you have to understand is that You've got to get inside. Inside the dots is where the money's made. You've got to get inside here. You've got to look like you're going to attack inside the dots. Once that happens, that's when everyone goes in high alert. Defenders, I got to protect inside the dots. Coaches, we got to protect inside the dots. As soon as he looks like he's going to attack inside, everyone's starting to converge down low. Now you've created space. So now you're able to cut back. And when you're able to cut back down the boards, now you create that space. Rim the puck here. We meet the puck. Great job by Scheif. Creates space. The defenseman turns the wrong way. Look at the space he creates. And now he's able to make the next play inside. Good one here. Cut back. Aginla, cut back. Now he's got a defender on him. Now Staff, cut back. Create space. We get a little reverse cycle. Look at the confusion it creates by hanging onto the puck, having a three-man cycle. Yeah, but it starts with an individual cutback to create that space. If that space wasn't created by Lowry, Staff never gets the puck. If that space isn't created by Staff, Dano doesn't get the puck. And now everyone's puck focused because we have time in the offensive zone, and Buff gets this backdoor for a great opportunity. Got a couple more here. Now, we talked about this earlier, and I know I'm over by a couple minutes here, but I got 3 more clips. This one here, this is unbelievable. This is like a defenseman. If you're able to do this as a forward, this is great. Because you're going back, your first touch. Suter, pretty good defenseman. Here's Scheif, little deception. Watch his feet. Watch his feet here. Looks like he's going to go back. Now he turns up the strong side. Now I'm going to cut back on him. Look where Suter is. Look at the time and space he has. And I think Patty Laine is going to score this. Yep. Just by creating that space, that little deception going back. It's just like a defenseman going back. Now it's the forward getting first touch. Here it is here. Little reverse hit. Little counter hit. Create space. Great job here. Army meets the puck. Comes up the boards. Comes off the boards. Cuts back again. Brings another defender to him. Finds Sean Mathias. Backdoor. Game-winning goal. Last clip here. This doesn't have to be done below the dots. We talked about Nick Ehlers earlier. Watch him on his edges here. Comes around. Looks like he's going to cut in. Now he bites. 2 guys bite. Cuts back. Takes the puck to the net. That's all you're looking for. You're looking to create that chaos by getting the puck to the net or making the next play. As soon as that play's made, we got Buff. I think Buff, he was on the point there, so he was playing net front too. And Scheif ends up being the recipient. I know I went over a few minutes here, but these are little details where we work on them. Todd Woodcroft, who spoke about face-offs yesterday, he takes our players out early. He does little skill drills, catch and release. I work with the guys after practice on those cutbacks, work with the defensemen, little details, and it just walkthroughs. Just walkthroughs. Give your defense confidence going back for the puck. It doesn't have to be under pressure. Doesn't have to be under pressure. Just going back. Put pucks in different situations. Make them feel uncomfortable. Make them feel comfortable at the start and then make them feel uncomfortable so they know that this is what's going to happen in the game for them. And then you can just repeat and repeat, repeat and repeat. Not trying to reinvent the wheel, but that's a tough skill. And if you can give your defense going back for pucks confidence to do it, all the power to them, and you'll be able to come out as 5. When you're coming out as 5, you're a much more effective team. Okay? Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.